Welcome back, guys. We are here once again with another episode at The Better's Edge. I'm Jake, your host. Guys, I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for watching my videos. Smash the like button, guys. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I want to get straight into it today for the best bet on today's card, all sports included. We have the Kentucky Wildcats on the hardwood facing off on the road versus the Louisville Cardinal. This is a head-to-head battle, guys, a bit earlier than these programs are used to meeting, but this is a rivalry game. It's a top 10 showdown a top 15 showdown between the 9th ranked Kentucky Wildcats and the 12th or 13th ranked Louisville Cardinal. Guys, I talk about this on the show regularly. There's a huge advantage in this game, and you have to factor it in. But before we get into that advantage, guys, let's talk about how these two teams match up. You have the depth of the Kentucky Wildcats under second-year coach Mark Pope. This Kentucky Wildcats team defensively has a lot of question marks that remain unanswered from year one moving into year two. This is their first true road test of the season for Kentucky. They're 2-0. They've beaten two inferior opponents like most college basketball teams to start the season have done so already, facing off against Louisville, who was also 2-0, who also at the same time have faced off against two inferior opponents and have blown the doors off of those two programs as well. Guys, this Louisville team, led by Michael Brown, one of the top freshman players in the entire country, a team that wasn't very good last season, that had an influx, like most college teams these days, through the portal, have brought in some tremendous perimeter shooting. Guys, this game isn't very complicated. It's going to come down to just one or two things, if you ask me. I see a lot of people looking at this game from a bird's eye perspective and saying Kentucky's a better team. I can understand that argument to an extent. They have a lot of depth. They have size. It's a typical Kentucky roster that we've seen over the course of the last handful of years. On the road against a Louisville team getting points. And what they're saying is, what they're thinking is, this is a rivalry game, which it is. Kentucky's the better roster, and they're getting points. Give me the Kentucky Wildcats. Not so fast, guys. Tap the brakes, and I'll explain to you exactly why that's the wrong way to look at this game. If you want to look at this Wildcats team and you want to say that they're superior to Louisville, I'm not going to sit here and argue too strongly against that point. I think you can argue one side might be better than the other, and I do agree that it's relatively close either way that you look at it. However, this game, in my opinion, isn't very complicated, and it's going to come down to one criteria and one criteria only, and that's the perimeter shooting of the Louisville Cardinal. Guys, we know this Kentucky team. They struggle to shoot the ball. They're on the road. I think this season we're going to see an improvement from Kentucky with their perimeter shooting. However, as we see regularly with these college athletes, whether it's on the gridiron or whether it's on the hardwood, when you put them in a true road environment, especially early on in the season, we see teams struggle in these types of situations. Take a look at any top 10 matchup for the most part in college basketball this season, in the early portions of this season, and you'll see that teams that are in true road environments really struggle shooting the ball, especially from the perimeter. If Kentucky is going to struggle with their perimeter shooting today because of the environment, and as we've discussed already, this is a true rivalry game. The Cardinal fan, the Louisville Cardinals fans will be up for this game. And if their team and their depth with their perimeter shooting shows up, and the Kentucky wingers and guards struggle to shoot the ball like we expect them to struggle today, this is going to be an easy victory for Louisville. There are some matchups in this game where Kentucky is going to present some issues. Number one, they have size and they have depth in their size. They're probably going to control the glass. They're probably going to be able to control the paint offensively and maybe even defensively. I'm anticipating that happening. This isn't going to be a blowout per se. However, in order for Kentucky to hang in this game and in order for Kentucky to really stay within the number, we're looking at a number here, guys, that opened, I want to say opened at 3.5. Louisville minus 3.5 and is now up to Louisville minus 5.5. If Kentucky wants to stay within that number, they're going to have to be able to shoot the ball from the perimeter. We know what this Louisville team can do. They get up and down the court. They're able to score the ball. They got depth in their shooting. Michael Brown, as I mentioned already, is one of the top freshmen in the entire country, and he's off to a fantastic start in his freshman season there at Louisville. He's able to score the ball. He's able to provide for others. He's able to create for himself. He gets into the paint. And as I mentioned, they filled up their roster through the portal with perimeter shooting. He's averaging nearly 8 assists a game. We're going to see this Louisville team be able to score buckets tonight. Is Kentucky going to be able to match them bucket for bucket? We know Louisville hangs their hat on their defense. Just like Kentucky, they have a second-year coach. This is a team that's a top 25 team defensively in the nation. They strap. If Kentucky is not able to shoot the ball from the perimeter specifically well tonight, which I don't anticipate them being able to do because they're not a very good perimeter shooting team in general, and in addition to that, you factor in it's a rivalry game on the road, typically these college students, college athletes, if you will, don't perform well in these types of environments. And if they don't shoot the ball well, it's going to be a long night for Kentucky. As I mentioned, I do anticipate Kentucky presenting enough problems where they don't necessarily get blown out of the gym. However, from an entertainment perspective, in my opinion, this is the best game on the entire card. And I'm not just talking college basketball. I'm talking about NBA. I'm talking college basketball. I'm talking NHL. I'm talking college football for the 2 bullshit college football games that are on the card tonight. This is the best game of them all. And when I'm breaking down these 2 programs, stylistically how they play, the strengths and weaknesses of both sides, give me the Louisville Cardinals minus 5.5 tonight. I think they win this game by 7+ points. I think you're going to see the depth in their shooting really come to play. And one thing that I haven't touched on that was really a weakness for this Kentucky Wildcats team last season, and it did improve, so I want to make that point clear before somebody jumps into the comments and maybe brings it up. This is a team that struggled defensively for the majority of last season. I don't think Mark Pope puts a huge emphasis on his teams defending well, and if they don't show up and defend well tonight, we know Louisville gets up and down the court. We know Louisville can score the ball. And as I've alluded to already, they shoot the ball from deep very well. They have a lot of depth. 4, 5, 6, 7 guys that can shoot the rock from 3. And if they're not defending the 3-point line, and because Louisville's at home, I anticipate these kids lighting up the scoreboard from the 3-point line. It's going to be very difficult for Kentucky to maintain pace because Kentucky, as I mentioned already, is not a team that shoots the ball very well, and it's not a team offensively that I think is going to be able to present Louisville with enough issues shooting the ball to keep the score close enough to stay within the number for the Kentucky Wildcats. It's the best bet on the board, guys. It's a 3-play star for me. We're coming off a difficult loss last night on Monday Night Football, but we're rebounding tonight with the Louisville Cardinal. Give me Louisville Cardinals minus 5.5 against the Kentucky Wildcats. As I mentioned, this is going to be a 7-point plus victory tonight. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, put the Louisville ticket in, and we're cashing it tonight, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow for another winner.